Good afternoon. I am really excited to be live with you here today, where I'm going to be talking about how to find clients with ease. So, if you are an independent support worker, maybe you have a micro business, or you're looking to expand your home care business, but is just struggling in how you might find people that you can provide services to, then today I'm going to give you all the answers you need to grow your business to a place of success. Now, I'm just going to quickly, hopefully, I have come live. I'm just wanting to share myself into another group, but I might not be able to do that at the moment. And so, what I want to talk to you about today is your niche. So, it's really, really important to you if you are in this sector to determine who your ideal client is. So, we're going to dive into that in more detail. Let me just quickly share this into a group that I promised to be in, and then we can get ourselves started. So, it's really important. There's so many people that are out there so many organizations that say they provide supports to a wide range of individuals. And it becomes very challenging for you to stand out in a very saturated market when you say that you provide services to all people. You may be focusing in the disability sector, you may be disability and aged care, but it becomes really difficult to find clients because you can't stand out as being the key person of influence or the person with knowledge or skill that can support and speak directly to that individual. So I want you to take a moment to think about who your ideal client is. Maybe you're already set up in business and you have a couple of clients that you're currently providing support to, or you have worked with people in the past and had great experiences or achieved great outcomes with those individuals. So take a moment. If you're here in the live, just jot this down as a note for something to come back to. If you're watching me on record after the event, then pause me and write down this question: who is my ideal client? Who are the people I've worked with that I have provided great outcomes to? Think about the individual, thinking about their age range, thinking about their disability type, thinking maybe also about your skills or abilities. What is it you are really good at? It might be that you are really skilled and capable around working with young people who are looking to move out of home. You might be really skilled with supporting people who have early onset dementia because that's a topic you know a lot about. You might love working with individuals who are on the spectrum. Whatever skill you have, that I want you to write down those skills that you have. I want you to write down the ideal people that you want to work with or have worked with in the past, or maybe have currently got on your books. And I want you to think also about any particular skills or abilities you have on top. So you could be, for example, a personal trainer and love all things to do with exercise. You might have a particular passion for gardening or cooking. So think about those skills that you have, those hobbies, those things that you love doing on a day-to-day basis, and jot those down as well, because this will help you to build a picture of who it is you want to be working with, who it is you want to be supporting. So write all of those things down. Hopefully by now you should have a little bit of an overview of your client avatar or the type of person you would love to support. So write down, if you can expand on it, where these individuals hang out, if you know where they hang out. Think about what challenges they may have, and think about what their pain points are, what are the difficulties they're encountering in their everyday. Because if you sit down and you dive into the unique needs and challenges of your ideal client, you can start to tailor your messaging to them more effectively. You might look to get a little bit of help in regards to this. So speak to the people that you've provided supports to in the past, or you're currently providing supports to, because they will give you a huge amount of information and insight into what their challenges are, and what needs you are meeting. So dive into what their worries are, what their concerns are, what's causing them pain, what's keeping them up at night, all of the things that they are finding challenging with regards to accessing supports. I remember in the early days of having a home care business, I did a lot of work where I was subcontracted from larger providers. And if I didn't have any staff, I would go out and provide that care myself. And by being subcontracted from a larger company and going out and providing supports, the individuals I was supporting in the community were telling me their challenges and struggles and the challenges they were having with the provider that I was being subcontracted from. So they were saying things like the individuals never turn up on time. They never tell me who's coming. They don't know me and my disability or me and my needs. So by listening and really understanding what their challenges were, I was able to use that information when I was promoting my business to new potential customers in the future. So what I was saying within my communication was, we understand your disability. We turn up when we say we're going to turn up. We have staff that are known to you and familiar to you. So that helped me really succeed in business. By collecting that information from the individuals, I knew how to target my messaging to people I was looking to support. But if you can really hone in on that niche of individuals and the particular type of disability, the particular age, by looking at that, you're going to, so the age, for example, will help you to understand where they're hanging out. You can easily Google and find out the demographics, what type of age range of people are on Facebook. So if you're looking for people that are teenagers, you might not be looking on Facebook, but you also need to consider maybe the target audience isn't the teenager, maybe the target audience is the main carer, which is often the mother, in which case you may actually be looking on Facebook to connect with potential clients. It can be challenging sometimes to find that first client, but once you find that client and understand their needs more, it can help you to get your messaging right and look out and put your wider net out and wider circle of finding those supports. So as I said, think about their real pain points, because when you're messaging people through social media, as an example, or through networking, you want to be talking to the pain points of that individual. You want to be talking directly to them. So I'll give you an example of messaging that might work for a particular type of niche. Let's think about neurodivergent children as an example. Remembering as well that probably in this circumstance, we would be targeting our message to the main caregiver or the main mother. So we may be looking in those places where the main caregiver will be hanging out. So when you're thinking about the social media platforms, those types of things, maybe hanging around schools, where are they hanging out and what are they doing? So an overview is you might be talking about how you provide sensory-friendly activities. Experience the joys of an inclusive and supportive sensory-friendly events where there's a welcoming space where you can enjoy fun and engaging activities without overwhelming sensory stimuli. So you're talking about the challenges that the individual would have around that sensory stimuli, and you're saying that you are aware of those challenges and you are providing an environment where those challenges won't be there. So you can then dive deep into the types of messages you would be providing to that time. Oh, hopefully I'm back. Sorry, I think I went offline for a moment. Hopefully I am back again. So if you're thinking about messaging to a mother as an example, you might be saying something like, are you tired of searching for a supportive community where your child can thrive and reach their full potential free of judgment and misunderstanding? You might be saying something around, we understand the challenges you face when it comes to finding activities and programs that meets the needs of your child. traditional settings may leave your child feeling left and frustrated and unsupported. But we provide supports in a different way. We recognize and embrace neurodiversity. Our programs are clearly crafted to meet the unique needs of the individuals we support. So no more feeling like your child doesn't fit in. We understand, we support, we are educated, and we are skilled in neurodivergence. So you are talking about how you understand the needs of the individuals, and you're then adding in why you will stand out, why you will be different, and why you will meet the needs of the individuals you're supporting. And tell them why they should come to you. So what is the skill set? What is the qualification? What is the experience that you have that will show you as being the main skilled individual that will support that individual? So it could be through testimonials. You may have testimonials for people you supported. It could be talking about your skills or your qualifications or your ability, your expertise as to why they should be working with you. You might be talking about you might have lived experience that the individual might identify with. So think about all of the things that will show you as being the expert in relation to the individual. You might talk about outcomes that you've achieved with individuals. So you paint that picture of success. You talk through what it looks like or what it might look like getting supports and services from you. So in your socials or any marketing material you're putting out, show those pictures of success. It might be a video of success. It might be a picture of success. It might be some writing around outcomes that have been achieved. If you can be constantly targeting and letting people know great outcomes you've had with individuals, people will see you as a person to be trusted. They will feel confident in you and your abilities because you can show them, I achieved this outcome with these individuals. So I know I've got a proven track record of being more capable and competent in relation to the supports that I'm providing. The next step is to think about your unique selling proposition, or you may have heard it referred to as USP. And this is your distinctive feature or the benefit that sets you apart in relation to your target audience. So your USP needs to be really clear and compelling, and it's the reason why customers should choose you. Because in a crowded marketplace where there's individuals who've got numerous options, having a strong, unique selling point really helps you to stand out from the crowd and attract customers. And as an independent care worker, I'd really encourage you to tailor your USP to your specialist expertise. So as we talked about in the example, if you are really skilled and an expert in relation to neurodiversity, really utilize that and play on that with regards to your USP. But that is the next step with regards to nailing the information and really standing out from the crowd. So the next thing that I'd like to talk to you about is setting up your business based on your values. So what I mean by that is you want to be attracting your ideal client to your business. We may be able to recall or relate experiences where we haven't really had ideal clients on board, and that we've had a lot of challenges around supporting that individual. So we want to be really clear on our boundaries, on the type of individuals we're looking to support, and how we are going to build strong relationships with these individuals. So this is a business. We are caring by nature, so often we find ourselves in a little bit of muddy water around boundaries. But if you are clear and set yourself up for success with information that you give to the people that you're potentially going to be supporting that outlines how they can engage their services with you, what to expect in relation to the services they would be receiving from you, and what they can do if they're not happy, and also the circumstances in which you may not be providing services. So, for example, if an individual is going to be putting you at risk, or has challenges around their behavior and how they might interact with you, I'm not saying here you're not going to provide those services, but by having that agreement in place, you've got something that you can refer to the individual and say, look, in this information, we said that we would both treat each other with respect. And on this occasion, you haven't treated me with respect. So therefore, let's start this dialogue and conversation about how this might change. So you've got a starting point. You've got a place where you can clearly define roles, responsibilities, who is doing what, when it is happening, what the costs of the services are, and you can really nurture strong and positive relationships because you know what you're doing and the participant knows what they're doing and what's expected. So it's a two-way relationship. So because you need to be maintaining your self-care, maintaining your work-life balance, ensuring you have effective boundaries in place that ensure that you are keeping yourself safe and you are ensuring that you are setting the participant or client up for success. Because if they know how they can contact you, what happens if services aren't happening, what your cancellation policy is, you will really deal with, kind of cover off a number of the challenges that I hear from support workers on a regular basis because they haven't got these agreements in place and they're often left floundering and they have nothing that they can refer to. So a little bit of some key things that you must have in an agreement with individuals. So the scope of work, what services are you going to be providing to that individual? Because I hear so many times people start services and then they are asked to do over and above what is agreed in the services. So if you have it written down, you can easily refer to it and renegotiate if needs be, but maybe direct people back to that agreement if they're asking you to do things that really are not within the scope of what you should be expected to do. What individuals can expect with regards to a timeline. So when services are going to be starting with you, how long they're going to be going for, and what are the costs involved so they can plan and prepare in relation to that service provision. How will communication be occurring? So in what format can the individual communicate with you? They may prefer a phone call, a text message, an email. What is their preferred form of communication? And also, what's the timeline? So what hours of work do you normally work, or what time frame might they expect a response back from you? Because if you're out working today with another client, that individual might be getting very frustrated because they're not receiving a response. Whereas if you set out at the beginning and say, it can take up to 24 hours for me to get back to you, they then know, oh, it's okay. They said that it could take up to 24 hours. So I'm okay with that and I understand that. Also, payment terms. So what is expected with regards to payment terms? So by thinking about what values are really important to you within your business and setting a clear agreement in place with the individuals you support, you will be set up for success in your independent support worker or micro business. If you don't have that service agreement in place, then I would encourage you to get it in place as soon as possible. I have a Get Set bundle and I'll put the link below so you can get that service agreement. And you can also get an overview policy with it's more of a handbook that's designed for independent support workers that covers off key things like cancellation, boundaries, rights and responsibilities, all those key things that you really do need in your business if you haven't got them already. So I'll put that link in relation to that bundle down below. And I would encourage you to set yourself up for success and make sure you have those agreements in place with anyone you're currently supporting and anybody in the future that you might be supporting. And I hope by really thinking about your niche, discussing and working out what it is important, who you like working with, you will better be able to understand the type of client you're looking for. Think about where they're hanging out. Think about the messaging that you would have in relation to supporting them and set yourself up for success. I do run regular challenges where we look at this in more detail and I help you really come up with this information where the individuals might be hanging out So please join me and keep an eye in my free group to see when the next challenge is coming up. And also a great additional bonus for anybody who would like to learn more today, who has the availability, jump into my independent support worker community, because at the moment I'm providing 2 weeks of education for free. So you can jump in now, receive that education within my independent support worker community, because at 1 o'clock today, AST, so in about 40 minutes time, I'm going to be live within that group, and I'm going to be talking you through how to sign up individuals in your home care business successfully. So I'm going to talk you through all the steps you need to take as part of that initial sign up. So making sure you're set up to ensure the privacy and confidentiality of the individuals you're supporting. I'm going to help you to ensure that you're risk assessing the services and the supports effectively, ensuring that you're protecting both your rights and the rights of the individuals you're supporting, ensuring the safety of you and others. So making sure that you are risk assessing all the supports that are happening within the services. And so if you are struggling around being clear on what services you've agreed to, or unsure about how to communicate boundaries effectively, jump into my free training, which is going to be happening in 40 minutes. If you can't make it, please jump in, because you will be able to watch the live afterwards. So jump on in at any point in the next few weeks and watch that live on re-record, so you can gain that information for free for this very short period of time. So I wish you all a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you.